Hello, and thank you so much for clicking and watching this video. Manchester United have lost the Europa League Final. It was 1-1 after normal time. It was 1-1 after both periods of extra time, and we went on to take part in an incredible penalty shootout where we lost 11-10. David De Gea missed the last penalty. It's the cruelest way to lose a game of football, it really is. And I'm just feel dejected, really. I know it wasn't what we set out to win at the beginning of the season, but it's a trophy. And does it put a bit of a dampener on the season as a whole? Maybe, because now the season is officially over. We go into the Euros and we go into next season with that disappointment, and you can see on by the looks on the players' faces how much it meant. But then you have to say, did we do enough in the game to actually win the game? I don't think we did. I thought Villarreal were very compact. Congratulations to them. We struggled to break them down, but when we got the equaliser, I felt like we didn't really. After we had a brief spell, but we didn't really kick on from there. And I think Ollie has shown tonight that he doesn't necessarily have enough in his squad. There's not enough strength and depth, because outside of that first 11, and they weren't great tonight, that first 11, but outside of that first 11, you look on the bench and you think, right, which player on that bench can come on and impact this game? We need new players. Look past this final. We knew it before the final, but it became really evident, really clear during this final that we need new players. So not enough on the bench. And, fair play to players that came on, the penalties, Tellez, James, Twanzebe, their penalties, remarkable. All of our penalties were remarkable, and their penalties are remarkable. It's just that it came down to the goalkeepers. But it's such a cruel way to lose, and I'm just trying to process what I just watched. Some of the penalties were absolutely incredible. But we've lost the final. We've got past the semi-final stage this season, finally, after the recent disappointments, and we've got to a final. And could we have done more? Could we have done more? Would having more players on the bench have made a difference? I don't know. I thought we started the game really well. I thought the goal we gave away was really poor. I thought Lindelof and Bailly both looked suspect tonight. I have to give a huge shout out to Scott McTominay for his performance tonight. Now, it will go under the radar, but I thought he ran himself into the ground tonight. Now, there were some players that I felt went missing at times. I felt like Pogba at times went missing. I felt like Villarreal they shut Fernandes out of this game. You couldn't get into the game. But I thought McTominay just worked and worked and worked. For a player that I feel has progressed over the last season even more, one of our best players, one of our most underrated players this season, I think he gets a lot of unfair criticism. So probably man of the match for me tonight. Villarreal probably should have been down to 10 men after a foul on Luke Shaw. But it didn't happen, and you can't look back at games and go, well, if this had happened, then we would have won, or if that had happened, then we would have gone on and won the game, because, in hindsight, yes, maybe that would have happened, but there's no guarantees. What's to say they don't just stick 10 men behind the ball and then take it to penalties anyway? So I'm just disappointed, really, and I don't know whether I expected more or whether I've still got other feelings to come. There's like I say, there's a lot to process, because we've gone into this game and we've got back into it, shown character, but we've not done enough. And Ollie didn't make his first change until, you know, something like the 90 however minutes into the game, you know, into added on time, extra time. And I don't blame him, because, you know, you look at a bench and, like I say, there's not too much to choose from. There aren't too many players in there that can impact a game, and, you know, so that's now, you know, going to be 5 years without a trophy, and the questions now will be asked again of Ollie, and I think that's unfair, because I think we have seen progress. We finished second in the league. I think it was 33 points last season behind the team at the top, and we finished third on goal difference. And this season we finished 12th. We finished second, 12 points behind Manchester City. So we have made progress, and it's the first time since Fergie that we'll have finished in the top 4 on consecutive seasons. So that's great, and that's all progress. But it's trophies. That's the name of the game. But I don't think you can. There will be people out there, and I've seen them already. It's trending Ollie out, but I don't think you can blame a manager for a team losing on penalties. Maybe you could say, oh, he could have made changes sooner. Maybe you could sort of throw that at him, but I don't know. I think penalties is just the cruelest way, and it's drama. It's pure drama, and fair play to some of those players for, you know, like Lindelof, you know, tucked his away. Twanzebe put his away. Dan James put his away. So these are players that you don't necessarily have the most faith in, not because they're bad players, but just because you don't expect them. You know, like Lindelof, you wouldn't expect him to be good at taking penalties. Twanzebe and the same with James, but fair play. But I am dejected, and we've lost the final. We've lost the Europa League final on penalties to Villarreal. Before tonight, we'd gone 4 games between ourselves and Villarreal, and neither of us had scored against each other. Tonight we got a 1-1 draw and lost on penalties 11-10. So for the neutral, it was great. For the purist, it wasn't. And I just feel a little bit sick, really. Was it worth it? Was it worth us getting to that final to lose on penalties? Because now the pressure's going to be on even more on Ollie, especially. It's going to be, you've not won a trophy, you've not done this, you've not done that, and all that progress we've made, sort of, it's almost like it'll count for nothing. So just feel, yeah, just down now, and I've got to go to work in several hours, and we've had extra time, so I'll be tired and cranky, and if anyone talks to me tomorrow at work, so I'm just disappointed. But Manchester United have lost the Europa League final. We've got a big summit ahead. Obviously we've got the Euros, so our players can, you know, perform in that, even though I think personally the Euros should have been postponed, because the players will be burned out for the start of next season, and then straight after that we go into a World Cup. But hey, we're not here to talk about the Euros or the World Cup or fixture congestion. We're here to talk about Manchester United losing this game tonight, 11-10. Almost, I mean, it's like unprecedented for that many penalties to go in and for it to come down to the goalkeepers. But, you know, yeah, sadly we have lost this game. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all soon.